if your initiative has made an impact, or have you gotten, I guess, constructive criticisms from veterinarians as to how to keep improving?
I think in order to really embrace it, a lot of times the hospitals where we get the most feedback, they've been in crisis at some point. And they're reaching out trying to find something. So if your hospital is cruising along and is just sort of a stressful place to work, but everybody's kind of used to that, and the chronic fatigue and the not going to the bathroom and not eating lunch, and you're just sort of raised in that. I think those hospitals take more convincing that, maybe this isn't the right way to live. For hospitals that have been in crisis, though, of any kind, beyond just high turnover, which is rampant in our industry, and not being able to find veterinarians to fill positions and not being able to find technicians. I think the idea that culture has something to do and well-being has something to do with high turnover and not being able to fill gaps in your staffing. I don't know if that has been completely established yet, although we know that's the case. If your hospital is known as being a wonderful place to work, where the leadership is really supportive and it's very family friendly or very flexible, or whatever it is that you need for your own well-being, those hospitals don't have the turnover issues. They don't have the gaps in staffing, but they're kind of few and far between right now. So I'd like there to be just more of those. And ideally, we'd love to have the AAHA accredited hospitals be known throughout the industry as employers of choice. So if you go work at an accredited hospital, not only will the medicine be really good, but you're also going to have a really healthy culture, and you will thrive there personally and professionally. So that's our ultimate goal. As for feedback in general, the people that we've heard from, it's all anecdotal right now. They've gone through crisis, they've used our resources, and they've been really grateful that they're there. I think those that haven't had giant issues appreciate that the different types of resources are available, but might not have utilized them yet because they're good, they're fine, everything's fine.
Being now an actual employee of AAHA, do you all have certain culture activities that you do within your own workplace to not only, I guess, live and preach what you're trying to improve the veterinary profession?
Yeah, we do, and we've started off with activities that we just thought were fun and things that our staff would like. So we have, so just from like an activity standpoint, you think like the building is actually like an office building with cubicles in it. So it looks like a regular office building, only there's dogs and a couple cats. But if you looked at that, if you just walked in there, you wouldn't necessarily know that our business was any different than the insurance business down the street or the attorneys down the street. But what we've done is we have fun activities like wellness walks, where you can bring your dog and everyone goes out for a walk at lunchtime. We're doing a step challenge right now, actually, where we're all tracking our steps and we're all hoping to win. We just started a knitting club. Nice. We have book clubs, and we have a process where we can give. We have like a fun committee. I forgot about fun committee and wellness committee, and they do monthly activities. We do a lot of gratitude work where we will publicly thank people in different ways. Secret Santa stuff, birthday parties. So we do a lot of like activity-based things, and you can still do stuff and have a miserable culture, right? But it's a start to be able to just think creatively, because there aren't a lot of other businesses around us that are doing that type of stuff. So it's nice to be trying different activities. But one of the things that we're doing that has been very helpful and sometimes tough is we have an online anonymous suggestion box, basically, that can be sent right to management, and it is absolutely anonymous. So management asks for feedback. Our leadership asks for feedback every couple of weeks, and so stuff gets raised that way through an anonymous reporting system. which is helpful because sometimes you want to go through the chain of command and tell your manager, and then your manager tells her manager, then her manager tells the boss. But sometimes you just want to be able to get your feedback out there quickly and without any kind of repercussions. And that's been helpful. Sometimes I think it's hard on leadership to get, if they get negative feedback, because they're human beings too, and they're all trying really hard. But like we talked before, you can try different things, keep throwing noodles at the wall and see which ones that stick. And that's been one that's been very helpful. But it's interesting, we are a nonprofit. And so as nonprofits, we run on a different budget than even veterinary hospitals do. So we have a lot of projects going on and not a ton of staff. So there's just the regular stress of just what happens when you're doing the work of two people. And I'd say most people in the organization are doing the work of two people. So keeping them content and keeping them feeling fulfilled and well is an absolute focus of our leadership. And they're doing a good job.
So are there any activities that you guys have done in particular that you thought were really, really great and also thought were really, really terrible?
I think anything that we do with animals is good, so the animals just bring magic to a workplace. They just do. So all of we did Halloween costume parties for the animals, and it's just silly and it's fun, and I think laughter is a good thing, and laughter can heal, and it also brings everyone to the same level,
Mm-hmm.
So I think anything we've done with animals has been awesome. Hard to know what hasn't worked because I think I think people that knit are very cool. I am not a knitter. So me signing up for the knitting class wouldn't work, but I love that our knitters have that opportunity to do that. And there's other people that, I'm having a blast with the step challenge, right? But I think would not be fun or competitive or interesting to other people. So I think there's probably, again, stuff that's sticking and stuff that's sliding down the wall, and it's likely more based off of the person's individual preferences.
When I was an intern, I started a knitting group it was mostly the technicians in the surgery department, and I named us the Sisters of the Suture. And so every Sunday we would meet at Panera and knit.
See, and that's awesome because you're building camaraderie, you are creating things together. The delineation between doctor and technician, fades away.
Yeah.
And I think it should. I do. Yeah. I think there should be a hierarchical respect and chain of command and all that kind of stuff. But fundamentally, nobody can do their job without each other. So if you can start relating to each other as human beings, connecting through creation, I think it's a wonderful idea.
And on that fantastic note, we are going to end part 1 of the interview series. And in 2 weeks, we will pick it up with the second half of the interview, where we discussed Connexity, which is AAHA's new conference, as well as we will discuss the relationship between Petwell and AAHA. I think that about wraps it up. As always, thank you for listening to this installment of Vetsplaining. I hope you enjoyed your time with me and ideally learned at least one new thing for the day. If you have any questions or suggestions for future topics, feel free to leave a comment below or email info@independenthillvet.com and put podcast topic or podcast comment in the subject line. Until next time.